A song mysteriously went missing from the studio while My Chemical Romance were recording their 2004 album, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. What's left in its place is an expansive web of lies, secrets, and betrayal. This is the story of Sister to Sleep. My Chemical Romance recorded their first album, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, in 2002. After building a fan base through extensive touring, they caught the attention of the music industry. In 2003, they signed with Reprise Records to release their sophomore album, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Before entering the studio, MCR would record a series of pre-production demos called the Manhattan Demos, and only 6 copies of these demos were distributed. One went to the label and the others went to each member of the band. Vocalist Gerard Way, guitarist Ray Toro, guitarist Frank Iero, bassist Mikey Way, and drummer Matt Pellissier. The band would re-record most of these demos and they would appear on 3 Cheers. However, 3 songs, Bury Me in Black, Desert Song, and Sister to Sleep, got left on the cutting room floor. Before recording the album, the band spoke about Sister to Sleep in an interview on 89.5 WSUO in New Jersey.
It's called Sister to Sleep, and it's about, if you guys are familiar with comic books, I'm going to get a little dorky for a minute, and if you guys ever read Sandman, in the Sandman comic, the Sandman, he's sleep, right? His sister is death, so it's the Sister to Sleep, but sleep and death are very similar, so I wrote a song about that, and that's it. It's about sleep deprivation.
Gerard would go on to say that the band had played the song live and the fans went crazy for it.
We played it live and kids started moshing as soon as we hit the first note. So we're like, okay, let's do this.
Interestingly, the song was supposed to appear on the soundtrack for Freddy vs. Jason, but the label dropped it last minute. Nevertheless, the band was excited about the prospect of including it on the album.
Is this a song that you think is going to make it to the record, or is you think it's going to be a B-side?
We love it.
Yeah?
We think so.
It seems strange to exile a song that they were so excited about from the track list. Perhaps it just didn't fit the flow of the album, or maybe there was more to it. The release of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge would cause waves in the alternative music scene, with the album going platinum in just a year. However, behind the scenes, tensions had begun to rise between Matt and the rest of the band. There had been discussions for months about kicking him out of the band, however Gerard wanted to keep him around because the two of them had started the band in Matt's attic. But there was only so much that the band could take. There are claims that Matt refused to play to a metronome and that the other members were unhappy with his performance. There are even reports that Matt totaled the van that Gerard's grandmother gave to him for the band to tour in. However, all of this is unsubstantiated, and all we can say for sure is they fired Matt a month after the release of the album. In response, Matt would allegedly start litigations against the label over unpaid royalties. He wanted what he was due. 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge would be certified 3 times platinum in the United States. After its initial success, Reprise Records would release a bonus CD-DVD called Life on the Murder Scene. This compilation included several live tracks and the pre-production recordings from the Manhattan demos. Strangely, it didn't include Sister to Sleep. It was as if the song had just disappeared. Many years would go by with no mention of Sister to Sleep, and in that time, My Chemical Romance's career would explode. Their follow-up album, The Black Parade, went 5 times platinum in the United States, reaching number 12 on the Billboard rock charts. It's widely considered their best work, though I prefer 3 Cheers. The title track, Welcome to the Black Parade, would hit number 9 on the Billboard charts, becoming their most famous song. So it's safe to say no one was thinking about Sister to Sleep anymore. That is, until someone found a copy of it in 2009. Remember how I mentioned that MCR had played the song live? Someone had recorded one of the performances and uploaded it to YouTube. A full 7 years after the band wrote the song, the fans finally heard it. Of course, it sounded like someone had recorded it on one of these old Nokia baked potato brick phones, but It's better than nothing, I guess. In 2010, the band would follow up the Black Parade with Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. For the promotional run of this album, the band would do a live stream where they chatted with fans and answered questions. During the stream, one of the fans asked about Sister to Sleep, to which they responded,
Sister to Sleep?
Wow, you're old.
Man.
We don't have it, right?
We don't.
Yeah.
There was a recorded version of it.
Yeah.
We did demos for Revenge.
Was it the Manhattan demo?
Yeah.
It's on that. Well, what happened?
I don't know what those are. Yeah, I'd like to have a copy of that at least.
This ignited a fire of interest with fans to try and find the song. However, it would be many years before they made any progress. In 2013, after playing several prominent festival gigs, My Chemical Romance announced that they were breaking up. This news devastated the fan base, including myself, and shifted focus away from Sister to Sleep, which is why what happened next caught everyone by surprise. Shortly after the breakup announcement, Matt Pellissier took to Twitter and posted 3 15-second snippets of a song demo. It was Sister to Sleep. He had a copy of the lost song. Suddenly the fan base was alive with curiosity about the song once more. In his tweets, Matt claimed that he couldn't release the song due to legal reasons. Reddit user DamPlaysLol11 claims to have played in the band Revener with Pellissier and shared screenshots of an alleged conversation with Matt. In this conversation, Matt would confirm that 6 copies of the Manhattan demos were made, but for whatever reason, he was the only remaining person with a copy. It's evident in this conversation that he has no interest in sharing the song with the world. I wonder why. Fans were hungry for the recorded version, but it seems these snippets were the best they were going to get. Still, they weren't ready to give up. The search for the song has continued over the years, with several sources covering its existence and the live version racking up hundreds of thousands of views. In an August 2022 interview, 20 years after the song was written, Frank Iero said this.
And another song that we wrote around that time was a song called Sister to Sleep. And that song never, I think it got demoed, but something happened in the many years since the demoing that recording just disappeared. I think somewhere, some way, someone might have it, but I do not, and nobody else in the band does.
A copy of the pre-production demo of Sister to Sleep does exist. Still, I think it's fair to say that none of the core members of My Chemical Romance have a copy. For whatever reason, 4 of the 6 copies made in 2003 are gone. We know that, at least back in 2013, Matt Pellissier had a copy of the recording, and perhaps he still does. However, if we can believe DamPlaysLol11, then Matt has no intention of releasing it to the public. As to the reasons why he wants to keep it to himself, we can only speculate. Is he legally obligated not to release the song due to the lawsuit over royalties? Is he holding out for the highest possible payday from a record label that will inevitably want to drop the song? Is he still bitter over his untimely removal from a band that he started that went on to be massively successful without him? It's impossible to say, and maybe it's none of these things. He probably has other priorities and is tired of people asking him about My Chemical Romance all these years later. Either way, with the other demos unaccounted for, all we can do is hope that someday he'll release the song to the public. Or perhaps the missing 6th copy of the Manhattan demos will eventually surface. However, for the time being, Sister to Sleep is lost media.